Hello, I'm Michelle Kaya. Welcome to the first episode of Patchogue TV. Today, we'll be visiting the Sand Spit Marina.
Hello, and welcome to Patchogue TV, the show that takes a look at the places to eat, shop, be entertained, and just kick back and relax. All within the village of Patchogue. Patchogue TV.
You may know Patchogue for its restaurants and shopping, but did you know that Patchogue has a thriving waterfront lifestyle? The first thing you see when you enter the Sand Spit is the Davis Park Ferry. Let's take a walk inside and chat with the owner. Here we are with Stephanie Sherman, one of the owners of the Davis Park Ferry. Can you tell us a little bit about the Davis Park Ferry?
Yes, the company was started in 1947 by my in-laws, Fred and Kiki Sherman. And they kept it until they both passed away and passed it on to their children. Now it's me and my brother-in-law. We also have my two daughters working here, and my son-in-law works here, and now my grandchildren are starting to work here.
It truly is a family business. Can you tell us when the ferry runs?
We start up in March, about mid-March, and we run till the Sunday after Thanksgiving.
Wonderful. And how long does the ferry ride take?
20 minutes.
Great, nice and quick and convenient. And what are the fares to ride the ferry?
It's $20 round trip for an adult and $13 round trip for a child aged 2 through 11.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for the information, Stephanie.
You're welcome.
Our next spot is just past the ferry terminal and is the new Patchogue Lighthouse. To tell us about the Patchogue Lighthouse, we have the man responsible for making Patchogue what it is today, Mayor Paul Panieri. Paul, can you tell us a little bit about the lighthouse and how it came to be?
Well, the lighthouse really starts 2006-07. The Patchogue River hadn't been dredged in 30 or 40 years up to that point. It was only about 6.5 feet deep at high tide. We had it dredged. But what was beginning to happen over the next 10 years, it was beginning to silt back in. The jetty that was there was just collapsing amongst itself. Senator Tom Croce and I had a conversation about things that the village needed. And I put at the top of the list, the jetty. But I did tell him that we don't control it. This is Brookhaven Town property. It's not village property, but it is the entrance to the village. Next year's budget, he put $650,000 in. And I told him the village was putting in $100,000. So the town had to put a little more than that.
Yeah.
So they put the other $300,000 in to make it work. It was really a combination of state government, town government, local village government, understanding that you got to work together to get it done.
So is this a functional lighthouse?
Well, you know, one of the things is, and I know that you spoke to Stephanie Sherman from the ferry company, they come over multiple times a day, multiple times at night. And it really marks who we are. You can see that lighthouse from 3/4 of the way across the bay. And as you know, and I think that you were part of it, is the boat parade. Comes around and goes by that lighthouse that says Patchogue on the other side. There's a picture taken of it by someone who we mentioned, because he doesn't like his name mentioned, but I'll mention it anyway, Benny Migstook, that has Patchogue. It says, this is where you're coming into. So it not only marks as a guidance, a navigational guidance, but it also tells people where they are.
Yeah. And
they're in Patchogue. I drive down to the mascot dock behind us every day, just to remind me why I live here and why I do what I do, because it is about the community.
It is, and we're lucky we have a beautiful waterfront, and we are more than just the bars and the restaurants. So thank you so much for telling us about the history of the Patchogue Lighthouse and how it all came to be. We have one more spot to hit before we sign off for today. Thank you again. Lastly, the Sand Spit is the location for the Patchogue Plunge that is run by the Patchogue Young Professionals. This year, the plunge will take place on Super Bowl Sunday. All proceeds go to the Gabby Petito Foundation. To sign up, visit PatchogueYoungProfessionals.com. Thank you for joining us on the very first episode of Patchogue TV. I'll see you next time.